Hi everyone, and today we're going to do K12 Math. Get ready. Look back at multiplying a whole by a decimal to the tenths. It's already answered. The question is already answered, and that is the right answer. Partnered with, never mind, the ultimate guide to learning. Maps are great tools to help us explore the world. Some maps are small and other maps cover a whole wall. We can multiply decimal numbers to find the area of a map. Let's watch this video.
Jessica bought a rectangular map to hang on her wall. It measures 7/10 meter by 5/10 meter. What is the area of Jessica's map? To find out, multiply 7/10 by 5/10 because the area of a rectangle is its length times its width. Determine the product by modeling. Model the first factor, 7/10, by shading 7/10 in either direction. Model the other factor, 5/10, in the other direction. The overlapping region represents the product. You can erase the other shading if you want. The region representing the product contains 35 squares. Each square represents 1/100th, so the product is 35 hundredths. The area of Jessica's map is 35 hundredths square meters. Let's try another problem. What is the area of a map that measures 2 3/10 meters by 1 6/10 meters? To find out, multiply 2 3/10 by 1 6/10. Our factors have whole number parts this time. Modeling 2 3/10 will require 3 wholes. Modeling 1 6/10 will require 2 wholes. Shade the first factor, 2 3/10, from left to right. And shade the second factor, 1 6/10, from top to bottom. Focus on the overlapping region. We'll count the number of wholes, the number of tenths, and the number of hundredths. There are 2 wholes. There are 3/10 in the top row, another 6/10 at the bottom left, and another 6/10 at the bottom center, for a total of 15 tenths. There are 18 hundredths at the bottom right. Now we regroup. 18 hundredths equals 1/10 and 8 hundredths, for a total of 2 wholes, 16 tenths, and 8 hundredths. 16 tenths equals 1 whole and 6 tenths, for a total of 3 wholes, 6 tenths, and 8 hundredths. The product is 3 68 hundredths. The map has an area of 3 68 hundredths square meters.
All right, that's great. Let's move on. The product of 2/10 and 4/10 is 8/10. There are 8 shaded squares. Each square is 1/100th, so the product is 8/100ths, which is written as 8/100ths. 0.08. How can you use this model to determine 1 3/10 and 1 5/10? The shaded region consists of one whole, blank tenths, and blank hundredths. After regrouping, there is one whole, blank tenths, and blank hundredths, so the product is blank. Alright, let's start counting the tenths. There are 8 tenths. There are 95 hundredths. So, let's put let's see if we're right. Yes, we're right. So now we have to do 9 tenths, 5 hundredths. So, okay. The answer is 1 and 9. Correct. What's multiplication? Alright, so let's multiply 8 tenths by 6 tenths. 8 tenths by 6 tenths. 8 tenths times 6 tenths equals 48 hundredths. Did you not know that? All right. How's Ash drinking soup? What the fuck? Let's go to the next page. I almost called it a module.
Hi, math friends. Mrs. Petty here. Have you ever seen people who use their phones to get directions? I use it all the time for that, but sometimes the directions that my phone gives me, they're not correct. And other times, like if I want to go on a hike, I don't have a very good signal in the woods, so it doesn't do me a lot of good. I still like to use a map as a guide. Maps are scaled so that the distance on the map relates to the actual distance. There's a key on the map that explains this relationship. Let's take a look at this map here. The key shows that 1 centimeter is equal to 2 5/10 kilometers in the real world. Now, if 2 cities on the map were 5 7/10 centimeters apart, how can we find the distance between those 2 cities? Well, we can multiply 2 5/10 times 5 7/10.
How many places will the decimal points move to the left? Let's see. 2 places. Check. Good job. Each factor has 1 digit after the decimal point for a total of 2 digits after the decimal point. The decimal point in the product will have moved 2 places to the left. Okay. Let's watch a second video.
To multiply 2 decimals, let's ignore the decimal points for the moment and multiply the numbers as if they were whole numbers. We'll take care of the decimals at the end. And we're going to start by multiplying 5 times 7 and 5 times 5. 5 times 7 is 35. Write down the 5, carry the 3. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. For the next partial product, write a 0 as a placeholder and multiply 2 times 7 and 2 times 5. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. And 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Now we're going to add the partial products. 5 plus 0 is 5. Did you catch my mistake? I almost said 0. 8 plus 4 is 12. Let's put our 2 and carry our 1, friends. 2 plus 1 is 4. And we're going to bring down our 1. Now we have to remember that we're multiplying decimals, so that comma's not right this time. The decimal point in the product is right now at the end of the number behind the 5. To get it to the correct place, we have to determine the total number of digits after both decimals in the factors. Then we move the decimal point that many places to the left of the product. There are a total of 2 digits after the decimal points, the 7 in the first factor and the 5 in the second factor. So we move the decimal point 2 times to the left. And so our product is 14 and 25 hundredths. Now, let's go back to our original question. On the map, we saw that 2 cities were 5 and 7/10 centimeters apart. So how far apart are they in real life? Well, we multiplied, right? And we found out the number of kilometers. The cities are 14 and 25 hundredths kilometers apart.
Alright, we're done with that video. And let's move on. Multiply 36 and 1/10 times 3 and 4/10 equals 122. That's 122 and 74 hundredths. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Jessica correctly estimated the product of 28 and 7/10 and 6 and 2/10. She rounded 28 and 7/10 to the nearest 10 and 6 and 2/10 to the nearest 1. What was Jessica's estimate? Okay. What is 29 times 6? Let's do the math.
So what is it?
The answer is 174 because I used my mental math.
No, you don't. You got wrong.
Oh, it said to the nearest 10. So the answer is 180. I was right in the beginning, but then someone gave me the wrong answer. And that anyways, I don't What is 28 and 7/10 times 6 and 2/10? Tell me right now. Anyways, let's continue.
Okay.
All right, let's see. 28.7 times 6.2. How, guys, do you think we're going to figure that out? The answer is, I think, 177 and 94. That is my mental math guess. And I'm not joking. This is my mental math. Multiply 74 by 32 to get blank. Multiply 74 by 32 to get 2,368. Move the decimal in this answer 2 places to the left, and the product will be 23 and 68 hundredths. Correctamundo! Alright, we are heading toward the last 2 minutes of the stream. I mean the last minute. Alright. Let's finish this one. Enter your answer in the boxes. The shaded regions contains 2/10 and 8 hundredths. So the product is 2.8. I am definitely wrong. Actually, no. I missed it. I messed it up. Why did I say? Anyways, isn't that the same question that we already answered? 0.8, 0.6, 0.48. Perfectamundo. Anyways, the shaded reason. Oh, I speak British. Anyways, the shaded. Okay. The shaded region contains of one hole. No, that's wrong. There's more holes. But anyways. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. 6, 9, and 6. Anyways. That there is 15 tenths. 15 tenths. 9, 6. There are 54 hundredths. After regrouping, let's start with the hundredths. 54 hundredths. We can regroup that into 4 hundredths and put 5 tenths in there, which is 20 tenths, 0 tenths in there, and 3. Oh wait, I forgot to put the answer. 3 and 4 hundredths. Did you know that Online School Guide is a good channel? You should not subscribe to it right now. I mean, you should. Rami estimated the product to be, anyways, 50 times 50 times 7 is 35. 35 times 10, which is 350. The actually product is 380 and 16. That is so low. And I'm always right. Oh, okay. Alright, we are almost finished with this stream. Let's finish one last question. I got this. $809.25. So then, bye everyone. See you in our next video.